$19.87.
I will be signing a Buy American and Hire American executive order. You haven't heard about that in a long, long time in this country. With this action, we are sending a powerful signal to the world. We're going to defend our workers, protect our jobs, and finally, put America first. I see all the Make America Great Again hats, so it's a good crowd. Those are good hats. Through the years, Snap-on tools have been at the center of our industrial life. Your tools have fixed the cars our families depend on. They've sailed with the fleets that patrol the oceans. They've fixed the planes that cross our skies. And Snap-on tools have reached the heights of space, used by astronauts in orbit to carry out their very, very important work. And I don't know if you noticed, recently I signed a very big order. We're going to spend again on NASA space program. And that's something we need, and we also need it psychologically, but it's going to be very exciting. For decades, this company has served the needs of American workers. It's time we had a federal government that does the same. The Buy and Hire American order I'm about to sign will help protect workers and students like those of you in the audience today. This historic action declares that the policy of our government is to aggressively promote and use American-made goods and to ensure that American labor is hired to do the job. It's America first. You gotta believe it. It's time. It's time, right? It's time. First, we will fully monitor, uphold, and enforce our Buy American laws, which we haven't done. Buy American laws require that when the federal government buys, builds, or funds a project, domestic goods and products should be used. But over the years, these Buy American standards have been gutted by excessive waivers and reckless exemptions. The result has been countless jobs and countless contracts that have been lost to cheap, subsidized, and low-quality foreign goods. With this order, I'm directing every single agency in our government to strictly uphold our Buy American laws, to minimize the use of waivers, and to maximize Made in America content in all federal projects. It's time. And for the first time ever, we are going to crack down on foreign bidders that used dumped steel and other subsidized goods to take contracts from workers like you. They take them away, and they've been doing it for a long time. Not going to happen anymore. We are finally standing up for our workers and for our companies. In short, this order declares that American projects should be made with American goods. No longer are we going to allow foreign countries to cheat our producers and our workers out of federal contracts. Everyone in my administration will be expected to enforce every last Buy American provision on behalf of the American worker. And we are going to investigate every single trade deal that undermines these provisions. Secondly, we are going to enforce the Hire American rules that are designed to protect jobs and wages of workers in the United States. We believe jobs must be offered to American workers first. Does that make sense? Right now, widespread abuse in our immigration system is allowing American workers of all backgrounds to be replaced by workers brought in from other countries to fill the same job for sometimes less pay. This will stop. American workers have long called for reforms to end these visa abuses, and today their calls are being answered for the first time. That includes taking the first steps to set in motion a long overdue reform of H-1B visas. Right now, H-1B visas are awarded in a totally random lottery, and that's wrong. Instead, they should be given to the most skilled and highest paid applicants, and they should never ever be used to replace Americans. No one can compete with American workers when they are given a fair and level playing field, which has not happened for decades. We're using every tool at our disposal to restore the American dream. In fact, when it comes to wasteful, destructive, job-killing regulations, we are going to use a tool you all know very well. It's called the sledgehammer. It's what we're going to use. We're also going to stand up for our dairy farmers in Wisconsin. And I've been reading about it, and I've been talking about it for a long time, and that demands really immediately fair trade with all of our trading partners and That includes Canada. Because in Canada, some very unfair things have happened to our dairy farmers and others, and we're going to start working on that with Ron and with Scott and with Paul, and with all of your representatives. What's happened to you is very, very unfair. It's another typical one-sided deal against the United States, and it's not going to be happening for long. So, Scott, you and Ron and myself and Paul and everybody else, we're going to get together, and we're going to call Canada, and we're going to say what happened. And they might give us an answer, but we're going to get the solution, not just the answer, okay? Because we know what the solution is, all right? We need those kids to bring rights. Rights, you ready, rights? We've got to bring rights back. Now, we'll get that done. We're going to work on that very hard. We're going to work on it immediately, in fact, starting today. It's a terrible thing that happened to the farmers of Wisconsin. The fact is, NAFTA has been a disaster for the United States, a complete and total disaster. And we're going to do some things. And we have all sorts of rules and regulations that are horrendous. Like we wanted started to negotiate with Mexico immediately. And we have these provisions where you have to wait long periods of time. You have to notify Congress. And after you notify Congress, you have to get certified. And then you can't speak to them for 100 days. The whole thing is ridiculous. NAFTA has been very, very bad for our country. It's been very, very bad for our companies and for our workers. And we're going to make some very big changes for we are going to get rid of NAFTA for once and for all. It cannot continue like this, believe me. Big things will be happening on trade with other countries over the coming months, and I mean very big. We're also working with Congress on tax reform and simplification, and we're on time if we get that health care approval. So press every one of you congressmen, press everybody, because we want to get that approval. And it just makes the tax reform easier, and it makes it better, and it's going to make it steeper. It's going to be bigger. And that's what we want to do. So we're in very good shape on tax reform. We have the concept of the plan. We're going to be announcing it very soon. But health care, we have to get the health care taken care of. And as soon as health care takes care of, we are going to march very quickly. You're going to watch. We're going to surprise you. Right, Steve Mnuchin? Right? Secretary of Treasury. I see Sean. And stand up, Sean. Stand up. You know, I had no idea. I was told a year ago, he's been so kind. I was told a year ago he's like a world champion climber, climbs the trees. And after that, every time I look at him now differently. I'm very impressed with that, John. And he's also very good on television and very helpful. Thank you, man, thank you. We'll be making big investments in rebuilding our military and repairing our badly depleted infrastructure. And that'll happen soon also. Infrastructure, big infrastructure bill. Probably use it with something else that's a little bit harder to get approved in order to get that approved. But infrastructure is coming, and it's coming fast. New ships, bridges, tunnels, and airplanes will be constructed with American hands, American steel, and yes, American tools. As we work to restore the American dream at home, we're also working to restore America's standing abroad. That means strengthening our partnerships and ensuring that our friends and allies pay their fair share. And that very much includes, as I've already said in my little statement to Paul, it also includes the NATO companies and countries. They are really sort of letting us down in that one respect, and we don't want people taking advantage of the United States, and that's not going to happen for very much longer. I'm going over there very soon, and we're going to have it, and everybody's going to be paying, and we're going to be a much happier country, we're going to be a much happier world. No matter the circumstances, everyone will know we act from this core conviction that America's strength must be unmatched, and its first priority, unquestioned, the safety and security of our citizens. This is the surest path to a more peaceful and prosperous world for us all. Together we can build a better future in the spirit of this company's earliest days. Great company, great history. I recently learned that decades ago in the 1920s, when your salesman entered a dusty repair shop or stained a nice, beautiful stained garage floor, which I've seen many of, he would find a spot to lay out a beautiful green felt mat. The people of the company know what that means. And on that green felt mat, he would carefully place a gleaming set of new Snap-on tools. The founders of this company wanted their customers to know that the tools of the mechanic were just as important as the tools of the doctor, the dentist, the politician, or the business leader, and that his craft was a noble, noble craft, as noble as any.
Recording.
Company and its Wisconsin heritage, and Wisconsin has a truly great heritage, and it's led by incredible people. But it's also a story that tells us a lot about the American spirit. In America, we honor work. We honor
Don't.
We honor craftsmanship. We honor the men and women who turn dreams into reality with their own two hands. In America, we honor all
I got two money. Just going to where I can do something special. Shut up, Howard.
The country that dug out the Panama Canal, that put a man on the face of the moon, and that linked our cities with majestic railroads and curving highways. We are the country that is always on the cusp of the next invention. But we can only get there with all of you. We can only restore this nation we love so much by working and building with all of you. We can only get there together. We are the one people sharing one destiny, saluting one great, beautiful American flag.
Can you do it all, PayPal?
Here today to celebrate
Indian,
our
right?
great American heritage and to proudly embrace our great American future. I want to thank the people of Wisconsin for doing so much for me. That's why I came back here, not just for the company, frankly, for the people of Wisconsin. You have been so incredible. Me and my administration, and we will never, ever let you down. God bless you. God bless the American worker. God bless the American dream. And God bless the United States of America. Thank you all
Indian
very much.
passwords.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We've been listening to President Trump speaking in Kenosha, Wisconsin, at the headquarters of Snap-on Tools. We have been told to expect that he might sign this executive order that he was just talking about, an order that they call Buy American and Hire American, and there it is. The president signing this order. Let's listen again.
How about having some Scott, Ron, and everybody? Come on up. Come on up.
You better cut down some goddamn trees and never know. Do talking raw. That's a man, right? Hey, back off on him. Well, I got prayers.
Great representative.
signing that executive order in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Again, that's an executive order meant to try to promote at least the federal government buying more American products and hiring more Americans through the visa program known as H-1B, ordering review of that to make sure that people who are brought to the country and given that visa are actually high-tech skilled workers. More on that in just a minute, but I want to pivot right now, if we can, to other breaking news this afternoon. Pennsylvania, Erie, Pennsylvania is where the man who everyone has been looking for from Cleveland earlier this afternoon killed himself after pursuit from police. Let's listen in on the state police in Pennsylvania.
I will say this, and I'll ask Lieutenant Klein as well. Right now, we have search warrants on the vehicle. We're forensically mapping that. We have our forensic unit members there taking pictures and documenting everything. So that's in the process. Is there any new information? We have search warrants for the contents of that vehicle as well. Yes. No, it's a precision and mobilization technique. It's something that we, the state police, are taught at the academy. I'm sure other law enforcement have that as well. It's a technique to basically stop the movement of the vehicle. What our troopers do, they make sure it's in a safe location, and they go and utilize that the fleeing suspect. In this case, we knew that Mr. Stevens was wanted for homicide from Cleveland. We knew he was a threat to our troopers, but also to members of the public. That trooper used his discretion. No, man, this is several miles down the road. You want to elaborate on where the maneuver took place? Oh, I'm sorry. Again, man, what we're releasing is he was on Buffalo Road in Harbor Creek Township, is what we're releasing. And a concerned citizen called. He had been brought his way. The school where he was stopped. Yeah, one of the things our troopers took into consideration when the pit maneuver was done, there was a school there. It happened to be an abandoned school. Our trooper knew that. That's why he chose that location. I'm sorry, sir. How long do you feel the scene will be closed off tonight next? The scene? Approximately another couple hours. That's one thing we don't want to rush. We're going to map it, forensically map it, make sure we have the computer lines and everything. Again, we didn't want to chance to the scene. To my knowledge, when the pit maneuver was conducted, the vehicle spun around, came to a stop, immediately he pulled the weapon out, and he shot himself. In the car? In the car. I'm sorry. Could you repeat that, please? We have MVR videos. I believe there were 3 vehicles involved that should have MVR on. As a rule, we don't release that, sir, but we do have that. Well, clearly, no investigation is 100% complete until the investigation is done. Right now, to the best of my knowledge, and we let anybody else jump in here, we don't believe he had any accomplices. Our concern is he was somewhere the last several days, whether somebody was harboring him, whether he was under a bridge somewhere, I don't know. I would say if I feel a lot more comfortable now than I did prior to 11 o'clock. But again, whether it's somebody else, we don't know. But I certainly feel that the tension is a lot less now than it was earlier. Captain, do you agree with it? Sir, what message do you have for that concerned citizen who, if not for their actions, wouldn't be here today? It's so important to any investigation that the public step in and help us. Our job as state troopers and police officers and district attorneys, we are here to serve the public. And it's nice when they realize that and they help us out with an investigation. This investigation would be nowhere without tips. Like I said, talking to Captain Baker over the last several days, every station should be received several tips, which we follow up on. So they're instrumental, and I thank them with all of my heart. It's nice when you're all on one team and we get that information. So my response is thank you very much. It is appreciated. Well, again, this is one part of the investigation. Mr. Stevens ended his life here today. We'll be in touch. We already have been in touch with Cleveland. They have their homicide on this end. We have our investigation here. We have a suicide of a person. Plus, we have the pursuit. We do our own investigation. Plus, we're going to try to find out where he was. How many troopers were in first there? Captain? We have 4 cars with 5 members, plus Westingville. PD had a vehicle. Chief was there 1 member from Westingville. And where I know the 1 trooper that I spoke to who did the pit maneuver saw him pull the gun out and shoot himself. I can't speak for the others, sir, but at least the 1 trooper did. So they knew they didn't have to draw their own weapons as they approached? Again, sir, it happened so fast, I don't want to